Good evening all, and welcome to another video on All Hail the Ale. It's Sunday night, which means it's trad beer night, and the beer we're going for tonight is a lager. It's come all the way from Vietnam. It's this one, Sapporo Premium Beer. And Vietnam, you say? Well, Japanese brewery, but brewed under license in Vietnam and imported into Europe. It's a 650ml can, interesting size. It weighs 5% ABV, and I forget what I paid for it in Tesco's. I've always seen the can as interesting, see it on the shelf, think it's a big can, interesting looking thing, and it is. There's no two ways around it. It's a funky size can, funky shape. It's glass shaped, and yeah, I like that. It says on the front that Sapporo Premium Beer has been brewed since 1876, and it says discover the perfectly balanced taste that's irresistible to all as you share rich moments with this masterpiece of the brewer's art. So that is a mighty claim to make from a macro brewery. Your ingredients are listed as water, malted barley and hops. That's it. So, yeah, there we go. It's 3.3 units in this monster-sized can. So without further ado, let's get it out into a glass and see what we think. There's a stiff lid on that one. Anyway, we're pouring into my Father's Day glass. The pour is pale as expected for a lager. Not as pale as I thought it would be. That will do. So, it is golden almost. Yeah, golden. With a nice white head. That's a nice dark coloured lager. Looks alright, doesn't it? Let's have a whiff. It smells like lager. It smells particularly like Japanese lager, in as much as they're a big fan of rice in their beer. That's what it smells like. Which, to me, I don't like. Budweiser, rice beer. Asahi, I'm sure that's rice in there. There's another one I tried that's also rice based. I'm not a big fan. I get it, it's cheap, but there we are. It doesn't appeal to my particular palate. Anyway, so it looks good, it smells okay. Let's have a taste. Cheers. Body's light to medium, carbonation is good, mouthfeel is nice. Flavour is better than I thought it would be. It has got a slightly peppery note to it, which I really appreciate in a lager. But otherwise, it's quite short-lived, and that's an interesting thing. Pretty intense first flavour, short-lived into the finish. Slightly gone too quick, I can't put my finger on it. It is hoppy, but it's almost metallic. Not in a bad way. It's verging on bitterness, maybe. And the finish is, again, short, malty, and this is a drink that wants to go down quickly. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But either way, I want to drink it quickly because the flavour's disappearing. Maybe that's the intention of the brewers. I don't know. So, Sapporo Premium Beer. What do I think of you? Well, as always, we shall go to the scoreboard of joy, which says that there have been a rather monstrous 367,000 check-ins to this beer. 9 from people I know. Average of 318 across the board, slightly less from the people who I know on Untapped. It's a lot of check-ins. It's a popular beer. It is a popular beer. But is it justified? Is it? Let's find out. So my scoreboard of joy is currently void of anything apart from the name, Sapporo Premium Beer, abbreviated to SPB, and possible bonus points it can accrue. So, visuals first of all, ladies and gents. it's not a bad looking beer, let's be honest. It really does have a nice colour to it. It looks more interesting than most lagers. Colour says it all. Nice head, clear as a bell, having a point. The aroma is much like lagers of the style. Light, slightly malty, almost got a chemically vibe to it. And I notice a lot of these lagers do have that. Those that have not got a huge dose of sours tend to be a little bit lacking. I'm going to give it the 0.5, and that's a personal preference there. I do love sours in a lager. Body, decent, light to medium, good carbonation. Overall, lovely mouthfeel. Giving it a point. The taste is better than I expected. Up front, you get a nice, intense lager flavour first of all, and then it drops off a cliff. What's that all about? It starts out slightly peppery. There's almost a hint of bitterness from the hops, and then nothing. I've never had that before. I've had beers that are completely tasteless, but I've never had one that literally jump off a cliff like a lemming after the first sip. It's interesting in that sense, and I'm really not sure how I score it. So I'm going to come back to that. The finish on a lager, I want it to be refreshing. I want it to be light, and it is truly both of those things. But the lack of flavour, it compounds it all, and that's what I want a beer for. I drink only for the flavour, nothing more, nothing less. If it's good tasting beer, I'll drink it again. If it isn't, I won't. And the taste and the finish are going to get the same score from me. They are both quite disappointing, so they're going to get the 0.25 each, which means it's got a total of 3 out of 5 from me. So it can't have the full bonus. Value for money. I've got to want to drink it, really, to say it's value for money for what I paid for it. I think it was about £3 a can in Tesco, maybe a little less. But for a beer where the flavour just drops off the cliff, no, I'm sorry. It's not good value for money. But I'm sure, well, check-ins are obvious to the point. 367,000 of them. Lots of people do like it, and therefore they must think it represents value for money. Just not me. And would I buy it again? No, I'm going to be honest. I would not buy this one again because the flavour just isn't there for me to want to. But I do love the can, though. The can's great. So, yeah, Sapporo Premium Beer, 3 out of 5 from me. I love the can. That's my favourite thing about the whole beer. It's a quirky can. I've not seen one like it before or even anywhere. I don't think I will again. Probably not, but there we go. I'll drink it because, like I say, I've poured it. I'm not that kind of person, unless it's Carlsberg Extra. I'll stick a video somewhere, possibly up there. Might stick it in the comments. Don't know yet. But anyway, I'm going to stop waffling and say that's been the beer. I've been me. Those down there are the buttons. You know exactly what to do with them by now. You got your like, comment, dislike, and subscribe. Choose any combination of them as you wish. And I'll see you again soon for another one. Bye for now.